I never thought I'd end up trending online just because one woman decided the rules didn't apply to her. She stormed into my yard, yelling, waving her phone around, accusing me of harassment in front of the whole neighborhood. But within 24 hours, every single person in our HOA and half the internet would turn on her. That day, Karen learned what it feels like when power stops protecting you. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood called Maple Ridge, or at least it used to be quiet. I moved there 2 years ago after starting my own cybersecurity business. I liked things predictable: trimmed lawns, morning jogs, coffee on the porch, no drama. Then Linda Prescott moved in and became president of the HOA, and suddenly every mailbox and trash bin became her battlefield. She was the kind of woman who wore pastel blazers, even to pick up mail carried a clipboard like it was a badge, and smiled with the confidence of someone who thought HOA president meant Queen of America. The first time she knocked on my door, she didn't even say hello. She just pointed at my security camera. "Those can't face the street," she said flatly. I blinked. "It's for my driveway. I've had packages stolen." "Not my problem. HOA regulations. You'll need to remove it." Her tone wasn't a suggestion, it was a verdict. I tried to be civil. I told her I'd double-check the rules, but she cut me off. "I wrote the new ones," she said. "Trust me, you're in violation." Then she turned and walked off, heels clicking down the path like a judge leaving a courtroom. At first I laughed it off. Every neighborhood has its power-hungry type, right? But Linda didn't stop. The next week I got a formal notice for leaving my trash can out 15 minutes past pickup, then another for having non-neutral flowers. Apparently my red tulips clashed with the HOA's approved palette. It was absurd. Still, I kept quiet. You don't win by fighting people like her. Until she decided to make me her personal project. One Saturday morning I was washing my car, just minding my business, when her white SUV rolled up. She stepped out with 2 men from the HOA board, trailing behind her. "Mr. Cole," she called out, "you're parking illegally. That's community property." I looked down. My tire was barely touching the curb. "It's in front of my house." "Still part of the shared street," she said. "That'll be a $200 fine." I laughed. "Are you serious?" She crossed her arms. "Completely." I took a breath. "Linda, maybe focus on actual problems. There are potholes on Oak Drive big enough to swallow a Prius." Her lips twitched. "Sarcasm won't help your case. Keep this up and I'll have your yard reviewed too." People started gathering, neighbors with coffee cups, pretending not to stare. I could feel eyes on us, phones subtly raised. I tried to de-escalate, but Linda's voice got louder. "You need to learn some respect for authority," she snapped. "Respect's earned," I said quietly. "Not declared." Her face went red. She spun around to the others. "You see, aggressive and non-compliant. Document this." One of the board members nodded awkwardly like a soldier following orders. I wanted to argue. I wanted to tell her how insane this was, but what good would it do? So I walked back into my garage, closed the door, and tried to let it go. The next morning my phone buzzed non-stop. A post was blowing up on our neighborhood group page. "Resident threatens HOA president during inspection." There was a blurry photo of me, hands mid-gesture, mouth open, and a caption implying I'd verbally assaulted Linda in front of witnesses. I just sat there staring at the screen. My stomach dropped. Half the comments believed her. "Typical angry man," one said. "She's just doing her job," another wrote. Only a few defended me, saying they weren't sure what really happened. That was the first time I felt truly powerless. I'd built my whole career on protecting people's digital identities, but in real life mine was being shredded by a woman with a clipboard and a Facebook account. For a while I thought about apologizing just to make it stop. I started questioning myself. Maybe I had sounded defensive. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. The doubt ate at me. That evening, as I sat on the porch trying to disappear into the sound of sprinklers, I heard footsteps. It was my neighbor, Mrs. Green, a sweet older woman who'd lived there for decades. She held out a USB drive. "You might want this," she said. I frowned. "What is it?" "My doorbell camera." It caught the whole thing. I watched the footage that night. Linda storming onto my property, pointing, yelling. Me standing there calm. No threats, no aggression. Just her voice shrill and self-righteous. I felt something shift in me, a spark of anger turning into purpose. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't wrong. The next morning I uploaded the full video to the HOA group with a short caption for context. It spread like wildfire. People started commenting fast. She lied. So he didn't threaten her. Guess the Queen's crown is slipping. Within an hour, Linda turned off comments on her post. But the damage was done. The truth was out. That night I heard from one of the board members, John. He sounded nervous. "Ethan, the HOA's calling an emergency meeting tomorrow. About the incident." "Good," I said. "I'll be there." The next day I walked into the community center. The room was packed, neighbors whispering, some with their phones ready to record. Linda sat at the front table, chin high, wearing a bright pink blazer like armor. Before I could say a word, she stood up. "These false accusations need to stop," she declared. "That video was doctored. It's harassment." Her voice trembled, but her smile didn't. She was still performing. I plugged in the USB and projected the video onto the screen. The raw sound filled the hall. Linda's voice shouting, "You'll remove that camera or I'll have it taken down myself." Gasps rippled through the room. I didn't say anything. I didn't need to. The truth spoke for itself. One neighbor muttered, "So that's our president." Another whispered, "She's finished." Linda tried to speak again, but the room had turned. Even the other board members avoided her eyes. John cleared his throat. "I think we need to hold a vote of confidence." It was over in minutes. Majority vote, Linda removed as HOA president, effective immediately. She stood there frozen, blinking like she couldn't process what just happened. Then with a brittle smile she grabbed her clipboard and stormed out without a word. I didn't chase her, I didn't gloat, I just walked home. But the internet did what it does best, it ran wild. Someone had posted the video publicly and within hours it went viral. HOA president caught abusing her power. Comment sections lit up. Classic Karen energy. She messed with the wrong neighbor. I didn't share it, didn't respond, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't watch it once, maybe twice, just to feel that justice hit. A few days later, a moving truck appeared in front of Linda's house. No goodbyes, no explanations, just boxes and silence. I saw her one last time as she loaded the final crate. Her eyes met mine for a second, no anger, just exhaustion, maybe humiliation. Then she looked away. That night I sat on my porch again, the same place where all this had started. The street was quiet, peaceful, almost like the neighborhood was exhaling. I didn't feel victorious, not exactly, just balanced, like something had been corrected. You know, people think justice always comes from shouting the loudest or fighting the hardest, but sometimes it's just about one clear truth finally being seen. Because power isn't what makes someone right, integrity does.